What's going on, everyone? Thought I'd pop on here on a Saturday night, see if anyone's around. So give it some time, see if anyone comes in. I'm not sure if anyone's around tonight, but see what happens. Hope everyone had a good holidays. Now we're back into the grind of things. Hey Scott, how's it going? Have a good holidays, I hope, and we're pretty busy back at work now. I don't know what so much work to do and not enough people to do it, that's for sure. Yeah, well, it was funny. My wife's at home with a bunch of her friends having a games night, and I was like, okay, well, I might as well come down here and see if anyone's around. Doing good, getting over COVID. Well, that sucks. That's still going around quite a bit. I know I got it last year at one point. It wasn't too bad. I just laid around in bed for a few days, but that was about it. Sure, work is all ahead full for us too. Yeah, I don't know really what we're gonna do. There's so many jobs to do right now that it's just crazy trying to think how we're gonna get them all done with the guys we have. But I guess we can only do so much in a day, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've only had it once as well. That's that I know of, anyways, that I tested for. I rarely get sick anymore, anyways. So that was about the worst I'd felt for quite a while. Thank you for. Do you have more in the pipeline? The food shorts that I've been putting out, well, quite a few of them the last week, anyways. What I've been doing is using the remix feature on YouTube. So they're actually pieces of existing videos that I made. So I'm just creating shorts out of them. But then, yeah, every time I have something going on, like if I'm cooking something that's not what I'm always doing, then I, pull out the phone and just throw up a short. So, yeah, I'm trying, one thing I'm trying to do right now is to put out, as many as 5 or 10 shorts per day, just to try and get some traction. The subscriber count's going up pretty good these days. So I know the shorts don't do too well, or don't do anything for watch time, but right now I'm just trying to get the subscriber count up. Bud Files, good to see you. I don't know. I think I've probably seen you in 2 or 3 short or live streams in the last 2 days. So it's, definitely see you all over the place supporting. It's good to see you here. Like I said, I think my YouTube anniversary comes up at the beginning of February. I think I started February 8th. So I'm, I think it's time with the sub count starting to be fairly steady on the increase. I'm going to have to start trying to get a bit more serious and a bit more invested in growing the channel. And the one thing I'm going to have to do is to do more of these live streams. I started doing Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, and I still hope to do Wednesday night at 8 o'clock as a planned live stream. It's just the last couple of weeks with the holidays, and I was off for a week from work, and I've been renovating a bathroom here, or finishing a bathroom here in our house, so I took advantage of those days or that time off to work on stuff like that. So took a bit of a break from the live streams, but hopefully going forward, I can get more consistent with the live streams, because I think that's definitely going to be important. If anything, I think it's really where a lot of the watch hours are going to come from, because like I said, I like doing the shorts, and even though they're not as they don't get as many views as they used to for some reason, I do realize that when I do get good views on them and good watch time, it still doesn't count towards monetization for the first time. So I'm definitely going to have to start getting more consistent with live streaming and long form content if I want to get to that point by February of 2024. That's sort of my goal, is to get to that the 1,000 subscribers and the watch time hours. So for any of the subscribers here, I definitely appreciate the increase in the last couple of months. I've been I think it's come down to being active in a lot of other channels, trying to get to know a lot of other creators. I've been active at Tuber Chat, which is a great channel for getting to know other creators, and Sheena's Ketovore Life, all these other live streams where there's a lot of people you can meet and get to know and get some good interactions with. Joyful Julie, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for the thumbs up. It's again just a pop-up live here for however long it goes. It's you're on Tuber Chat. Yeah, it's I think Kevin does a really good job over there at I've been in a lot of sort of these community live chats that where it's, I don't want to say it's one of these one-way street things where people follow you or sub to you just to get you to sub to them, and then 2 hours later they're unsubbing from you. But I've found that a lot, unfortunately, with some of the other groups. But places like Tuber Chat and Sheena's channel, they, most of the people in these communities are creators themselves. So that's, I think the connections stick a lot better that way. It's, because as a small creator, and I know we've all been through it, like whether you've got 10,000 subs now or, 600 like I do, we've all been in that place where, you think it's going great. And, like even this weekend, I've gone from, I think I got almost 15 subscribers in the last day and a half, but I get that feeling every time that happens that tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have lost 16. So it's one of those things where, you get over it and move on. Jason the Ghost Hunter, it's good to see you. Another great supporter. See him all over the place. He's got some interesting content. I was watching one of his videos tonight where they were exploring a haunted park. Got to admit, this stuff kind of creeps me out, but it's definitely interesting content. Hope you're subbing. Yeah, like it's. I'm not saying that they're definitely um, they're definitely climbing. Um, I'm at the point now where, like on my page or on my studio page, if I look at it today, it's constantly showing 30 to 45 subscribers per 28 days, which for me is is a decent number. And again, if I can keep at that pace, then I'm not too worried about hitting that 1,000 subscribers by the end of next year, or even hopefully sooner. So I've been starting to focus on making those relationships with creators like Jason and Julie, where we wind up, watching each other's playlists and try and bump up those watch time hours, because that's the second half of it. You can get to the 1,000 subs, but if you can't get those watch hours, it's kind of it is definitely worry more about watch hours. Yeah, and I do as well, because like if I go to my analytics, so I've been on YouTube for 2 years now, with 599 subscribers, and my overall watch time for 2 years is only 1,700 hours. And I would say that, unfortunately, about 65% of that is shorts. So that doesn't count for anything. So, it's definitely, I'm going to have to make a huge shift in what I provide on here, and how I present content, and get more consistent with it. Watch hours hard. You have to get people to play your video. Exactly. And that's what I've been, again, it comes down to being a little more focused on paying attention to the finer details of, okay, well, I can just throw this out there and, okay, well, I get lots of views, like the video I put up last night, that was just under 4 minutes long. And it's actually done quite well, for a long form, recipe video that, I should be doing more of. Sitting at 219 views. And I just trying to look at the engagement on here. So it's under 4 minutes, and my average view duration on it is about 1:50, which really doesn't sound that good, but for me, it's a step in the right direction, because I've had a lot of videos that don't even get near 50% view time. So it's tough to figure out what it is to keep that retention of people watching. But it's all just a learning process, and getting more used to putting stuff out there that people really want to watch all of. Only at 4 months here. Yep. Yeah, you're doing good. It's it's, I don't know. I was, unfortunately, I've had I have a full-time job, and, I would love to spend more time focusing on YouTube, but, unfortunately I have a full-time job. I have other things to do, other responsibilities. And, if I thought that this could pay any kind of bills, then, or had to pay bills, then it would be a different story. But, at the end of the day, I have to focus on what's actually, making the money right now, even though I don't really like doing it. It's the reality of it. But the fact that I don't particularly like my job is what's pushing me to move forward with this and not give up on it. YouTube loves videos that are 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And I don't think I've ever done any videos that are that long. It's one of those things where, with my kind of content, unfortunately, I'm not very good at vlogging, and recipe videos don't lend themselves to being that long. I guess that ultimately means that I need to get better at the videos that are long enough to do it. But then also come up with things that are worth people sticking around to watch 30 minutes of. Breaking Insanity Cycles, good to see you. Someone else I've seen in multiple live streams this weekend. It seems we're all over the place supporting others. You'd like me to come up with you and tell you how to get peeled? Yeah, it's that'd be cool. Let me just grab a link here. If anyone does want to come up on here, like I say, I think everyone here is sort of familiar with StreamYard and how it works. Just make sure you have, headphones and your microphone. But yeah, I'd be fine with other people coming up if you want to discuss the whole, YouTube thing and how it works, and, what your goals are, and, if you've had that battle of reaching the goals. So we got Jason here. I'll bring him up.
G'day, buddy. How are we?
Good. Yourself?
Oh, fantastic. I've got that bloody sun in the back of me. Hang on. On you.
Yeah.
Now, with YouTube, I've been doing it for a while. YouTube loves, as I said in the comment, they love videos for 30 minutes. But so what people like yourself, like your context, is you try and film that little bit more and add things into it to really push that video for 30 minutes. Because what YouTube does is they'll put 3 ads in it. So they'll love you for that.
Sure.
Plus, also what it is too, Facebook is your man. That is the main thing I'm on. Like what I do is, because I'm a ghost hunter, as you know, I join every, g'day Tom, I join every Facebook page that exists for ghost hunting. So I go to all the groups. I'm banging through those groups, green whip to terms, get on all of them.
Right.
And then what I do is when I make a video and I release it, I grab the link off my YouTube page, I go over to Facebook page, and I slam them on every single page that I have joined. And some pages don't let you out there. They go, no, not interested. But 99% of them will allow you to drop your link. And what happens is they will go, oh, great, hang on, what's this page? And they'll come over and view you at the start of your watch hours. And then you'll get more subs also because you're promoting it through Facebook. I always do that every video I do. As soon as I've done it, straight to Facebook, Twitter, and I make a little video up on TikTok with a little tiny bit, little video.
Yeah.
And so if you'd like to see more, come over to Jason Ghost Hunter on YouTube.
Sure.
And you'll get subscribers, and also people will come from there over there to watch your own videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're all the things I do to get my views and hours up.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I am members or a member in a few Facebook groups, and they do, and most of them, you're right, most of them do allow you to drop links for your videos in them.
Yep.
They tend to not want you to be advertising anything or
no, what you do is you don't put nothing in there. You know how when you join, like you go to post a video up, you put nothing on it. You just post a link. So it's just your photo and a link, and that's how I do it. I don't put that, I'm out doing a ghost hunt and all that. I don't put that there. I just get on there on my personal account, grab the link off my page. So it's me, but it's on my personal account, and I just drop it all through. But I don't post it from my Jason Ghost Hunter page. I post it from my own page.
Right.
And it just comes up my name, not my Jason Ghost Hunter.
Sure. Yeah, and like I say, I've done that, with the niche that I'm in. I'm in pages that have, 10,000 members, so, and I've done that for a year and a half. So, but you unfortunately only get so much interest from some of those pages.
Yeah, and then it's also about networking too. Like, as you know, like, like I'm in a lot of groups on YouTube that I follow, like yourself. There's Sheena, there's Secret Blackburn. There's a lot of great people out there. Like in this room, I see a lot of great people. If you network and you share their videos out, and they'll share you back, and stuff like that, you've got to network like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And the more you network, the more people come over also. And that's what I've been doing. It's like I see when you're up here on live, I miss it. If I miss your lives, I always make sure I go back, like, and hit the comment, so I've been there on your video. And that's what a lot of people don't do. When they do go up, they go, "Oh no, I forgot to hit the like, or I forgot to hit the comment," because they don't think. But with me, as soon as I go on, like I did with yours, as soon as I saw you live, I hit the comment, hit the like, and straight in. You know what I mean? That's I have that rule book. If I'm watching a video, hit and comment straight away before I even start watching the video.
Sure. Yeah. No. And that's exactly. And that's one thing I've learned in the last 3 or 4 months. And like when I started running into you at Sheena's page and, and other places, is that the networking part of it is everything. If you're just out there trying to do your own thing and you're never going out there and putting yourself out there and talking to other people, other creators, it's funny. I get more attention through other creators than I do from just trying to, reach average viewers. Right. So,
and I found too, like with my page, my Ghost Hunter page, I got a bit of variety on there too. I got when I'm down at Sydney Harbour, staying in a hotel, I'm out there looking at the boats. And it was quite funny too. If you watch it, you'll see we acted like a nutcase. We went down out of the hotel room onto the floor mat with the gimbal in our hand, showing people, trying to get people to say hello and trying to get a sub. And you wouldn't believe it. We're laughing so hard that I got 2 guys stopped. And I said, "What we do? We got Dare to do it." And I said, "We've been Dare to try and get out and get some subs." Somebody walking by the sub to us, and you wouldn't believe 2 people stopped, said g'day, and said, "Hang on," and went to their phone all live, and they did it. It's like sometimes people like a variety of things on your YouTube channel. Even if you go down and sit in front of a waterfall or you're feeding the ducks live, people love it. I don't know why. People like a variety, and that's what I've done on my channel. I've got a variety of different things that I add to my thing to where people like.
Sure. Yeah, and I think that comes down to the ability to connect with people like yourself, and like our
Yep.
two channels couldn't be any different. When you think about it,
Yep.
like your content and my content are so different, but
Yep.
we're both trying to achieve the same thing and support each other.
That's
But
it.
yeah, it is, you have to think about it that way, where I do try and, once in a while I put out other things. Like my number one video, I guess, is related to what I do, and I use it all in a lot of my videos. But my number one
Also,
videos is when I built my barbecue.
also,
You know,
there's one thing that YouTube will ask you to do: 3 hashtags
hmm
in your description. Because
right,
why they ask for that? So they know where they're going to stick those videos, but you got to use those 3 hashtags all the time. So
right,
what they do is they grab that video and go, okay, that's been hashtagged this way all the time. I'm
hmm
going to stick it where it should be. So more people, if they type that thing in, like me, ghost, they type in ghost, because I've got the hashtag there, my video will come up.
sure,
So you've got to use 3 hashtags in your description. You'll see after you write out what it's all about, you hit your hashtag, it'll come up with all these hashtags you can
yeah,
add. You can add more than 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you like.
hmm
But I always use 3. And
yeah,
that helps your video get out even more too.
yeah, yeah. I think it was a month and a half ago I went through all of my videos, like all of my existing videos, and I did all of the titles, all of the descriptions, put in hashtags, put in all my
Yep.
tags, optimized everything on TubeBuddy to be 100%. And
Yep.
I don't know if it helped anything, but it got me used to knowing, okay, well, this is what I need to do for every video, right?
G'day, Moon Adventures. Also, too, what you got to do, do you know how to add different languages on your video?
No, I haven't
The
gotten to that
subtitles?
point. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
got to that
that's what I
point.
do too. If you go to your YouTube studio,
hmm
you'll go down, you go like pick a video, go edit, and as you scroll down, you'll see subtitles.
hmm
Click on the subtitles, and you got to activate English. So you go, okay, activate that, and then add all these different nationalities, their languages onto your as a subtitle. Because then what it does is it pushes your video into different countries around the world, because a lot of countries don't understand English. So what I do is I add multiple different languages on my videos.
hmm
So somebody from Germany or somebody from China or Philippines or Ireland, it's in their languages, so they can sit there and watch your videos.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've never thought about. Well, I didn't know about it, for one, but yeah, no, it definitely makes sense to be able to, because yeah, I've got a lot of subscribers from like India and
Yeah.
overseas, so it makes sense to be able to make the language available to them as well,
Yep.
right?
So you can find that, as I say, if you go to your YouTube studio, click on the video to edit,
Mhm.
click on that, scroll down a bit, and you'll see subtitle. It's in blue.
Okay.
Click on it, and you'll see, oh, hang on, English is not activated. Click on that, activate it, and then you've got a little box that pops open. You click on it, and it's got a massive big box. Go through it and put what language you want in there. You got to activate each one at a time. It tells you how to do it, and then you save it, and then you'll find that you'll get a lot of the other countries that your video is not going into, because it's not in their language.
Right.
Because it's in their subtitles, it goes into their YouTube over there that's in their languages. So now your video is going further out around the world. That also helps you too.
Sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know, like, even Mr. Beast is like the biggest YouTuber there is, and he started entire separate channels in different languages and hired people to narrate them, and so he obviously knows how to play the game. But yeah, no, that makes sense to be able to, if that's part of the way that YouTube decides where the video is going to go, and it's an easy thing to do.
Yeah. It's like if I was in Philippines and I lived in Philippines and that's all I knew how to talk, your video would not come to me. But if it's in Philippines and in my languages, your video will appear. Oh, I recommend seeing this video in their language. Like, look on that. And they can sit there and go, oh, okay, now I understand what he's doing.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. So yeah, it's good to see Mountain Moon Adventures is here too. Yeah, no, it's.
I swear he's been stalking me. He's been following me to room.
We had Tom here. I'm not sure Tom's still here, but yeah, Tom was live last night for a while. That's the one thing I'm going to do in the next couple of months is when I first started doing YouTube, I did a sort of live interview. Well, not a live interview, but a recorded interview series with other people from my niche, like mostly from Instagram, because that's where I started. You know, I've got 4,700 followers on Instagram. So I've got a lot of people that I can, you know, draw from there to be able to go have, you know, recorded interviews that I'm putting up. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking at getting back into doing, because I haven't done it for quite a while. You know, it's a good way to get some long form content that doesn't take up too much time. There's no real editing involved. You just, you know, have a conversation and post it up on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Need to go do dinner. Okay, good. It's good night.
Yep.
It's good to see you.
I guess we're all going for dinner at her house tonight, are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm always like, people like don't know how to ask for help. If anybody ever needs help, all they got to do is ask. You know what I mean? Like, if I got an idea, like I share with a lot of different people, foot dog ghost hunting, and then with non-foot ghost hunting, I got ideas of helping people. It doesn't matter what you do, and I will, if I find out something from somewhere, I will pass on everything else. It's like when people do thumbnails for your thumbnails. Guess what color YouTube recommends using that gets clicked on the most?
I've heard like red and green.
No, yellow.
Really?
Bright yellow, big words.
Yeah.
And just say you might put in your thumbnail, like I found, just say I'm a magnet fisherman, you know, check out those magnets and pull it in. I found a gun. Yeah. That just told people about your video.
Right.
So what you want to do is say you put in big word, you would not believe, and then a little bit smaller yellow, what we got.
Right.
So you got to make it a mystery. So you got to make one of people click on that thumbnail to watch your video to see what you captured or what you've got. That's what YouTube recommends doing, because I went through all their all through their different stuff to be able to understand more about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to repeat how to get the subtitles? Okay, you go to your YouTube studio, go to your contents, click on a video and say edit, and then scroll down, and you're going to go probably more. As you go down, you'll come up to subtitles, and it's probably blue. It's only a little word, blue. You click on that and it opens up, and then you'll see up in the right-hand corner, English. You're going to activate that, and once you activate that, you go, yes, I want to activate it, and then you'll see, you go back and you go, you've got like a little empty spot, add a language. You click on that, it opens up, and then you've got all these different languages all the way through, and you've got to add each one and activate it, translate, it automatic translate. So you click on that, and it translates that, and then you go save, do the next one, do the next one, do the next one. So that's how it all goes.
Well, I got blistering barnacles magnets.
Oh, blistering! You are talking me. He's a great channel. I love him. Great supporter. He is fantastic. That site's fantastic. He's everywhere, like I am. I think I'm chasing him, or he's chasing me to different sites all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny more and more as I'm getting around to more of these, community pages that I see 'em all the same people supporting each other. And,
Yeah.
it's good to see that.
And Blisterman, like, he's always in my lives. He's always commenting on my videos, and I do the same back. He follows my wife's page too. He's a fantastic person to be able to recommend. If you support them, they will 100% they will support you back.
So thank you from Julie.
That's all right, Julie. Happy to help. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody ever has any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You know what I mean? Like, yep, Cemeteries. There you go. He even knows my wife's page. See?
Yeah.
Cemeteries Down Under. That's my wife's page.
Cool.
But we believe in support. So does my wife. So we network, go around to all different channels. We sit there and watch it, and we get to see the world through YouTube. But if anybody's ever got any questions or they want some ideas how to do that, hey, I'm easy to get a hold of. Send me a message. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to help anybody like you. Like, I don't mind if I got an idea. If I find out something, I'm going to pass it on to everybody else.
Sure. Yeah. No. And it is good, and you can tell right away who is genuinely supportive of other creators. Again, I was saying before you came up, unfortunately, I have been to some community pages where 99% of the people there are only there to get subs. They're not there to be part of the community. They'll sub to you, and then you sub to them, and then they're just gone. You'll never see them again.
There's another way you can catch them too. You say, I'm happy for anybody who supports me, but this is what I say a lot of times in my videos. You might hear me saying, or I'm in somebody else's thing. I will comment after I see you comment on my video.
Right.
So then you wait for them, and you go, okay, you go through your, if you're not seeing no comments, make sure you check YouTube Studio, go down to the comments, because sometimes comments will go there before they go up on your page.
Right.
So check your YouTube Studio underneath comments. You probably have a whole heap of comments in there, and you go, oh, hang on, haven't got back to all these. Yeah. And then you go back and you go through a big list and you get them too. So make sure you do check out that when you do YouTube Studio, go to your comments, because sometimes there will be some comments in there that you missed.
Right. Yeah, I usually try and go use my studio for all my comments.
Yeah.
Because I don't really trust seeing them on videos themselves. Yeah. So
look out for my connection later. No worries, buddy. Looking forward for it, mate.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, that's some good advice. Like I say, I'm even 2 years in. I don't know all the tips and tricks and everything involved in trying to optimize the reach, right? Like I say, I've tried to work on optimizing titles and thumbnails and description.
Thumbnails is a must.
Yeah.
It is a must. Because if it's not catchy, then people are not going to click. It's like when I do my thumbnails, come up and chat and promote your page. When I do my live chat. So it's not about my page at the time. It's about your page, what you do. Right. You promote yourself. Tell people about your page. And that's what I do on my page. When I go live, I invite people up. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Tell us what you're doing. What's your up-and-coming events? So then my followers get to know you, and they can come over to you if they like you, or, it's up to them. So that's what also I do on my page. You know what I mean? So I like to push other people out to help. Right. And so my support behind them. So I do a lot of that too.
For sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Because you're right. If your titles and all that and your thumbnails are geared to more towards welcoming other people and allowing them to interact, it would definitely help get people in. assuming that is shared, but thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he
for
said
listening.
you're this live out. He's sharing it out for you,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about. And then, like, he shares me out all the time. He shares my wife's page out. He shares a lot of people out, and it's pretty easy. The people they get. If you see people sharing your video, go to their page, share their video, show them support back. That's
Sure.
about networking, being honest, being there for each other.
Mhm.
That's why when Sooner goes live, you see me in there all the time, and I'm always mucking around and having fun. You know what I mean? It's about networking and being as a family, as she says.
Yeah. I'd be in her lives more if they weren't so late in the evening for me.
Yeah, no, she'll be live in 2 hours, about an hour and a half, I reckon.
Yeah. She's usually live at just after 11 p.m. here. So and sometimes I'm up for it, but I'm kind of one of those guys that goes to bed earlier because I get up pretty early. So
Yeah.
I love Sheena and I love hanging out.
I love her too. She's a funny woman.
But it's
have you ever seen Secret Blackburn?
Yep. I've interacted. I don't, and I'm connected with the channel, but I don't think I've ever sort of seen any live streams through them.
He's live every day. For me, it's 9:30 at night, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night for me when he's live.
Okay.
So I go from Sheena to Secret Blackburn, and like today, I've been going lives all day, going in and out, working my way up. So that's what I do all the time. 2:35 a.m. in the UK. Jeez, go to bed.
Yeah, it's only 9:30 p.m. here.
Yeah, but Blister he's a great family member. I love that site. He's really cool.
Yeah. No, like I say, in the last 2-3 months, I've definitely met a lot of really great creators that like some of them I've met again. Unfortunately, you meet them and you think you've got a connection with them, and then you never see them again. But people like yourself, obviously this is the first time we're sort of talking live, so to speak. But we've been talking in chats for quite a while now, so it's definitely good to make these connections, to get the help. And like you say, I just got my community page, a month and a half ago. But I've been trying to utilize it to share out, live streams and videos and things that I think, like doing the same thing, trying to support whoever I can. Because what
Sheena says, you in the family, you've got a big family now, so get used to calling us brothers and sisters, because we're not going nowhere, and we'll support, help. We'll do anything to help each other, anything to help each other grow, and that's the difference. And that's what I, heard you talk, and I said, hang on, I've got to get up here because I'm not a good speller. I can't read or spell the best. Right. And I'm like trying to type on my computer going, I'm trying to tell him, I said, I'll just come up and talk. And so then it's easier for me because I can't read or spell the best. So
for sure,
it's easier for me to do it this way than try to communicate.
Yeah. And like, I definitely appreciate it because like, even, you've taught me something, and then you've also, you've helped Julie with something that she probably didn't know about the subtitles either. So, any kind of information can help all of us here. Like, I don't think there's anyone here that isn't a creator, so it's any kind of information. I'm really not one to be able to speak on much of it, as far as what really works, with me, unfortunately, for what it's worth, I guess the shorts have been what's built my channel. The community connection in the last 2 months has really grown my channel. But what got me to 400 subscribers in the first place was shorts. Whether that's going to help me in the long run,
It won't
I
help with
really
your
don't
watch
know.
hours. That's the part that sucks.
Yeah,
YouTube won't recognize it as watch hours.
right.
That's why if you do a 15-minute or 20-minute video, but
Hmm.
YouTube loves 30-minute videos,
Yeah.
maybe whatever you're videoing, maybe like on my page, there's a guy interviewing a producer, and he'll tell you what the audience or what people like to see.
Hmm.
He's a good friend of mine. He's done movies, commercials. He's done a lot of different stuff. Maybe if you go and watch that video, his name is Ben Lyons. I'm interviewing a producer. It was
Hmm.
live. Maybe go over there because there's a lot of questions that I asked him about YouTube for people on YouTube to use, and you'll find what he talks about may help you. Might go, oh, hang on, I never thought of that. Oh, hang
Hmm.
on, because he's a producer, he's done movies, he's done commercials on TV, he's done everything. I thought having a producer on talking on YouTube will help other YouTubers, because that's what I'm about, helping other YouTubers, having that kind of guy online to where anybody can learn what is a producer looking for also, and also what he tells about what the audience are looking for in videos.
Sure. Sure.
So I do
And,
recommend watching that one.
yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
And like it's one of those. I don't know. I keep going. Well, I keep trying to tell myself that the one thing I took from, and I don't know if you've ever watched, Sean Cannell over at Think Media, and what he says is that once you shift your focus on what you want to what your viewer wants, that's when the real change happens. If you can understand and start providing what the viewer wants to see, then you can get where you need to be. If all you're doing is pumping out what interests you and what you're thinking about, it's really not, it's not going to help anybody, right?
Okay. This is an
So
easy way to put that for a viewer's point of view.
mhm,
I've learned. Just say you're walking through a park, you got your camera out or your phone, and you're like
mhm,
this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
yeah,
Doesn't look good.
right,
So what you want to do is, if you're walking through a park, slowly
hmm,
pan and go, oh wow, look at that. And then focus on something there for a few minutes. Go
sure,
over to it, have a look at it. You could just be videoing flowers for people
hmm,
who do flower pages. I've seen them.
sure,
And then
hmm,
slowly pan back around. And you know what I mean? It's about how you pan. Don't
right,
go whoop, whoop, because viewers don't like it. It's like, would you like seeing a video go whoop, whoop? Like
right,
you can't get involved in that video because it's moving
hmm,
too quick. That's
sure,
like a view. Like I couldn't sit there and watch that. And what I've learnt with Ben, because I know him, I've learnt through the cameraman's how to use cameras, is catch people's faces. It's like it might be something funny. As something's happening, pan to the person next to it and catch
hmm,
what their faces are doing. Because
right,
that tells a thousand, make a lot of people laugh. But it's
hmm,
about panning. Don't pan to the ground, because we don't walk with our head to the ground. And when you got a beautiful horse in front of you,
sure,
like you're going to pan up, you're going to video that horse, you're going to want to get close to that horse. It's
hmm,
about looking at the point of view of an audience. How would they look at your video if they're standing beside you?
hmm,
So that's something that I've learned with Ben, and been out with Ben with the video people who do all his movies. I've learned that is don't go like that slowly, or go on an angle, come in on it on the angle. So you might pause it for as you video it, get on an angle and come up into it. So you get the closest shot off that object and then
sure.
pan back a bit. It's about just trying different things. That's all it is.
Hmm. Yeah, and again, I was mentioning earlier the one thing that like when I started YouTube, I was like gung ho to try and do like vlog type videos where I was out, I was out and about, and I was, filming stuff. I even, I bought an actual camera, and, I was filming stuff and filming myself doing like vlog type videos. I'm just not, when I can't get anything out that way. It's just, unfortunately, I've tried and I've tried. It's not that I'm uncomfortable being in front of a camera. Even now, if I try and look at a camera and I have something to say, I can't get it out. So that's why I stick with my recipe videos and stuff like that, because I don't even have to look at anything.
Okay, I'll give you a secret. Cameras, how I got over fear of being in front of cameras. I had my tripod on the camera, say like where it is. You're looking at me, right? But the camera was that way, but I'm looking over this way. So when I pan my camera around, where's my camera facing? It's really over here, but my camera is on an angle looking straight at me. But I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking over that way. So as I'm looking that way, I'm turning my camera into the way to where the camera will sit, but I'm not looking at the camera. It looks like I am, but I'm not. I'm actually looking the opposite direction compared to what the camera. But in the camera's eyes, I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, and like you say, I've never. It's funny. It's one of those things where I've never really been too worried about looking at the camera. It's just when I try and actually speak to what I know what I want to say, and I know what I want to get out there. I can sit there and I can think about it, and I know exactly what I want to say. It'll take me 30 tries to get it out. Where,
Me too.
It's like,
Me too, mate. I'll be thinking, okay,
so
I have the camera set up. Okay, guys, we're going to go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to walk away.
Yeah.
I'm guilty for that too, mate.
Yeah.
Until I get it right.
Right. But the thing is if I grab my GoPro or my phone and I film a recipe video, which most of my videos are, one take. That's all. Like I never have to do multiple takes on anything. Like I don't know what the thing is, because it's just random things that I'm talking about. It's when I don't know if I need to be able to have like a teleprompter that shows me what I want to say, but I don't really think that.
No,
I would like to be able to get it out naturally, right?
Yeah, I'm guilty too, mate. When it comes to me standing in front of that camera, I go, bleh, 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 take one. And I go, okay, guys, bleh.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I give it a go, and I sort of rush it. And then I go, what am I doing? I'm thinking. And I go, cut that out, do it again. And then I get that one where I've done it. And I go, yes, hallelujah.
Cut, post it.
Yes. But sometimes being in front of the camera, it really makes you, as I say, I try and find something over the camera that keeps my mind looking at that, because some people are camera shy. They are.
Sure.
They're very camera shy.
Yeah.
And you don't realize. You can say, I can be in front of camera all day. But when that camera's on you, your mind's going, I'm going to bugger up. I'm going to bugger up. I'm going to bugger up. I'm not going to get this out right. And you know what you're going to say, but it doesn't come out right. So what I do is I look for something over the camera that's got something to me to look at. So my mind's focused on that. It's like I'm talking to somebody, but not realizing I'm talking to the camera.
Right. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's one of those things. Like when I first started YouTube, the first time I made a video, I was scared to death. It's like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? This isn't something I do, but and that's when, going back, and that's why when I first started YouTube is I started doing those recorded interviews with people that I was familiar with from Instagram, right? So we'd both, and I was using StreamYard. That's why I actually have a StreamYard subscription, is because I wanted the ability to record videos.
Yep.
So that's what I did at first, is, I'd get people to come up here from Instagram and talk about their health journey and all that. And that's what helped me get used to being on a camera, because then you're really not focused on the camera at that point. You're just focused on talking with whoever it is that you're interviewing, right? So, and again, when I first started, and they're not on my channel anymore, I don't even know where they are, but I have a few vlog type videos where I was out in the wild, walking around, doing scenery shots, and I don't know, it just didn't feel natural to me. So I don't know, maybe I fear that I might have to try and do it again, because I don't know how far what I do now is going to take me with this.
With YouTube, it's going to take you the world. And one thing I'm going to ask you, do you have a waterfall nearby?
Oh, yeah. Well, waterfalls, like I'm 2 hours from Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get a camera, set your camera up there, let it video for 5 hours, let it go, let it until it runs out of battery, come home, grab it, loop it, put it about 20 or 30 times, put some soft music behind it, because everybody who works in offices,
sure,
people who are stressed, that love that kind of stuff, they'll look that video up, tag it, waterfalls, peaceful, relaxing, 3 magic words for it.
True.
And put some soft music behind, take the sound out, put the sound in, not too loud, not too soft, and let it run for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just lip till you got it. Save it, stick it up. And you watch how many people view it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Like it's one of we were up this fall, we went on a trip to Northern Ontario, specifically to see the fall colors, like the leaves changing and everything.
Yep.
And I made a point of taking lots of video and lots of pictures and everything else. And then I put it together, and it's, it's done well. Well, it's not done great, but it's done well. People were really receptive to that kind of video. So,
but what you want to do is, if you're going to, what I tell a lot of people with video waterfalls, try and get up as close as you can, set up on a tripod, beautiful angle, and just leave it. Once you got that angle, you got the water coming down, or it's in front, you can see the water coming down in front, and you got the camera just slightly on it. Really, just leave the camera there for 3 hours until the camera dies of batteries. Go home, drop it, and then put some soft music behind it. That's content people will love to see. And or you might have with no music, but you make sure you don't talk, so people can hear the water, the birds in the background. That's a content for anybody to make for their page. And you watch how many people will actually watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's funny. The one thing I realized, and one thing I learned, because it was the first time I did it this year, was I didn't have my tripod with me. So a lot of the video that I was taking of the waterfalls up north and all that, it was handheld, and
you just start going.
And I had my zoom lens on it, and I was like trying to get some nice close up, and even because like I've got cheap zoom lenses, there's no image stabilization, right? So you're right. Even just the cheapest tripod can make the biggest difference in videos like that.
Even if you've got to say you got a lookout nearby, it's overlooking mountains. Go up there, put it on a tripod, sit in the car. There's birds, there's nature, and there's views. 3 most important things that people love on YouTube, who are in offices and stuff like that, who sit in front of their computers for hours, and they need to get away, and they look up mountain views, and that's a hashtag that you'll use. Your video will pop up. Oh, I can sit here and watch this. And they sit there while they have their lunch breaks and unwind into your video.
Right. Yeah. Especially if
there's another content. You know what I mean? Like, people will say to me, how do I make content? Content is there. You just got go down and think, if you're in the office, what would you look up?
Sure. Yeah, and no, I completely agree with you 100%. But the only thing I worry about is because my sort of channel is so specific as far as like a nutrition lifestyle kind of thing. I worry about putting content like that out there because sometimes, that kind of content can drive people away from the channel.
We make 2 folders, one for meditation only.
Yeah.
And
true.
One for yours. So anybody who's looking for meditation goes to that.
Right.
Then it doesn't interfere with yours, but that's where you're sticking it.
Sure.
So then you pick all your food and stuff into that one folder. So that's the folder for them. But anybody who's looking for anything else will go to that one.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense. And that's another thing I've just started learning is how to sort of sort your page as far as individual types of content, as far as what people might be wanting to watch, right? It was only like a month ago that I had a playlist with all my videos in it. It's like, okay, well, that makes sense. If you want people to watch a playlist, well, or you want people to watch all your videos, we'll make a playlist with all your videos in it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly right.
It makes it easier when you're at places like Tuber Chat or at China's and people want to swap playlists. Well, you say, okay, well, here it is. It's got 10 hours of video in it.
Yep.
If you want to watch it.
With me, I've got season 1, season 2, plus YouTube Chat, but all the different folders there. They're all playlists. Now I'm on to season 3, and I've got to put a video up into season 3 yet.
Yeah.
So all mine's a season. Every year there's something new, and then if you go back to my season 1, you'll see how crap my videos were when I first started on YouTube. And then you'll see how I improved into season 2 and the season what I am now.
Yeah. Yeah. And exactly. And definitely there was a point with YouTube where I pretty much gave up with it. I was not happy with the way things were going and I deleted a lot of videos, but then I sort of refocused and got back into it. And then I've tried to stay sort of more focused into what I want to do and made a decision that this is the kind of content that I'm going to put out. My life's not interesting enough. I don't have anything else going on in my life except for like the nutrition space that it's what I need to focus on. But you bring up a good point that there's always content out there if you take the time to capture it that people are going to watch regardless of what your channel is.
Duck pond where it's got a heap of ducks, set a camera up there, nice and low, view the ducks. There you go, black swans. You might have black swans or white swans sitting there with babies, and you set the camera on them. Go, this is a good one, and you slowly move them. You just view out so people can sit down and watch them. It's incredible.
Yeah, yeah. We have a white swan sort of sanctuary spot near us. Actually, like it's an actual it's a migration point where they come every spring.
Man, so you're right. That's me. I'll be straight up there.
Every time we go out there, you're right. There's people out there. I'm out there with my sort of low range camera with a cheap zoom lens, taking some decent pictures. But then there's people out there with the $20,000 rigs that they're there for hours and they're just recording.
If I show you my camera I use for my ghost hunting, you'll sit there and go, is that all you use it? I don't have a fancy camera. I've got a camera, I stick it on a tripod. I sit there, if I'm videoing animals, I sit there, set it up, beautiful, and leave it.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy expensive stuff for YouTube. The simple things. When I first started YouTube, it was on my phone. And now I just bought myself a $199 camera I bought on Facebook Marketplace. The guy never used it. He goes, it hasn't got night mode, so I walk around with big, massive torches. I'm walking around at night time. Beautiful.
Sure. Yeah, and I fell for that too. Like I wanted to get into photography as well a bit, and I still do. I take a lot of still photos with my camera, so I did invest in a decent camera. Like I've got a Canon DSLR that's got the HDMI port on it, and that's what I use for my live streaming and stuff like that. But the majority of my filming, same thing. I've got my Pixel phone, and I've got a GoPro Hero 4.
Yep.
That I do most of my recording.
I haven't got a GoPro.
Yeah, well, it's not even my GoPro. I just borrowed it from my stepdaughter because she wasn't using it. It's like so that's what I record with most of the time, and then I usually I'll do voiceover narrations as well, or if the funny thing is, if I'm recording with this camera, I actually do a second recording with this microphone direct to my software instead of using the camera because the mic on it sucks so bad. So I don't know. It's one of those things where you're right. You don't need to spend a lot of money. A lot of the biggest YouTubers, all they do is use their phone. Yep. That's it.
And this is, I spoke to a guy a while ago who was a bit of a, like you do all your pro, like your healthy stuff. I said, could you do it outdoors? He goes, yeah. Why? I said, have you got a site that you can go to? There's people, as you're waiting for something, you can point the camera at? He went, come up with the duck pond he had down the back. He goes, yeah. So he went down the backyard, got his table out, put it up. As he was waiting for the his thing to do what it's doing, he goes, while I'm waiting, how about you check out my ducks? And he just pointed the camera. It was unbelievable. Fantastic. And everybody, I saw the comments going, oh my God, you got ducks? It's like he had a little thing at the back. Man, when he went back to pointing down to doing what he had to do, everybody's going, no, go back to the ducks. There's a baby duck we want to see. So he ended up to point the camera back up to make his audience happy because he was talking about protein too.
Yeah.
When everybody was too busy focused on the back little baby duckling, he goes, okay, now that's enough, guys. Now I'm going back to talk about what I need to talk about. And it did. Everybody was just killing themselves, but it made him made his site really, really good.
Sure.
Because he lived on a farm, so he had all these different animals around him. And he said, as I'm waiting, here's my cow. Check him out. And it just made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's one of those things where what I was saying when I first came on is because for the first year and a half, unfortunately, it just didn't really seem like it was going to be something that the way it was going didn't seem like it was going to be something to really take seriously. Like, to be honest with you, I look at other channels that are on YouTube for 2 months and they've got 10,000 subscribers. And it's like, okay, well, I've been here for 2 years and I have 500 or, 300. What it's not going to pay any of my bills. So why should I really invest any time in it? I have a job. I work 40 hours a week. I have to pay bills. I have to, I have things, I don't have an old house or anything, but I still have things I have to do, things I have to fix and build and everything else.
Yep.
Looks like Julie's heading out. It's good to see you, Julie. Thanks for being here.
How I look at, like, with my page. Yes, I got a lot of people. But I look at it. Why did I start what I started? Mm-hmm. Never knew where it would be today.
Right.
What the answer I gave myself is because I want to show people what I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have to see it. People don't have to watch it.
Sure.
And I'm just putting out videos. I wouldn't care if I got one view.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm putting out something I enjoy.
Sure.
Something that I got passion to going out there in the spooky places, scary places, and all that. And I had to take a look at myself. Would anybody watch it? Would anybody care? And then I thought to myself, why am I doing this? And then, as I said, the voice in my head said, it's because you like doing it.
Right.
And I just stuck to that. And it's grown, networking, as you know, and working me butt off.
Mm-hmm.
And now look where it is today. And I never knew, in my own eyes, I never thought it would get to where it is today.
Right. Yeah, and I at this point I feel that that's pretty much the crossroads that I'm at. And again, I started, like the only reason I started doing YouTube is because, like I said, I've got a decent following on Instagram. Yep. I think I've helped people on Instagram. I've inspired as many people as I can on Instagram. That's why I came to YouTube, is because I want to be part of that community that helps people experience what I've gone through. Like I've been through a 4-year transition.
Yep.
So I think I have something to offer. Yep. So that's why I'm here, and again, and it's nice to be able to, like I had a couple of people from Tuber Chat earlier today that came to my page and comment about videos saying that, I like this, I'm going to try this, I'm back on keto now. And, that's what it's about for me. Like if I can help someone, that's why I'm here.
Well, that's your goal then. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. So, and again, I think you're right. You have to focus on why you're here, and then that will come around to actually making it something worth being here for.
Basically, look yourself in the mirror, saying, are you willing to work? Are you up for the challenges? Mm-hmm. Are you up to helping people? Are you up to doing whatever you have to do to what you want to do, and why?
Right.
And once you look at yourself in the mirror and you can go, yes, 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 because I want to help. Why is I want to help?
Right.
And you look at that mirror and say, I'm going to do it. Like I did. I had to do it. I had to stand myself in the mirror a long time ago and go, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. And then people, because you're in a family, as you know, Sheena and all them, all those people will 100% will be there and share your videos, get you out there, give you the network. And are you going to do the work back? That's how you're going to look at yourself.
Right.
If you say yes, 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 100% yes, I want to help, and you got all those questions answered, then we'll be hanging on to you going, whoa, we're going for a ride. Here we go.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I guess that's what it's really all about, is being able to say to yourself, I see where it can go now. So I have to be able to say, okay, well, it's time to put in that work, do what I have to do to make it worth something that people are going to want to follow and want to support, right?
Question. When you first started on the other channel, it wasn't instant straight away, eh?
What's that?
You know how you talked about the other channel, how you got all these people on the other media, right? Mm-hmm. That didn't happen overnight, eh?
No, but Instagram's funny that way.
Yeah.
So when
how long did it take you to get the people up watching you?
Well, that only took about 1.5 years.
So
yeah,
YouTube's the same.
It is. Like, it was funny with Instagram. There was that period of time, about 1.5 years, where the keto community blew up. Like, I was getting literally 100 followers a day.
Yep.
On Instagram at one point, so, and I naively, unfortunately, thought, okay, well, I've got 5,000 followers on Instagram. I'm going to start YouTube. Yep. And I'm going to plaster it all over Instagram, and it's going to help me build YouTube. And it did nothing. Yep. It doesn't matter. I can post every single day about my YouTube channel on Instagram. They don't care one way or the other. Doesn't help one bit.
Yep.
So,
and
unfortunately,
hashtag keto.
What's that?
Do you use that word in your hashtags on your videos?
Oh, every video's got hashtags in it. Yeah. So,
You just got
and
to work.
again, you're right. You just have to put in the work. You have to be
Yep.
consistent about it. And unfortunately, the consistency is my problem. I need consistent live streams. I need consistent videos.
You
Shorts,
can
well,
probably
shorts can be
do.
whenever.
Okay, I've got an idea for you.
Mhm.
So your videos go about 5 to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, usually between 5 and 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, and so you can record a session, right, and then end it, and then straight afterwards you can make another 10-minute one and another 10-minute one and another 10-minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just set it as a premiere? Like don't set it as a premiere once a week. You edit your videos, YouTube, schedule this date. Oh, schedule this date, schedule that date, schedule this date. So what's happening once a week, you might make 6 videos up in an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you schedule them every week through YouTube. You schedule them, go schedule, drop this, and you set a time. So if you can't get to YouTube, your videos are still dropping.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I've got all the intentions of doing that kind of stuff. It's just,
but you know what I mean? That's just an idea, because sometimes I do that. I'll schedule a video out, I'll edit it, schedule it, and then I might hang on. I can do this. I might have another video, so I whack that together. Schedule the following week after. Hang on. Oh yeah, I can do this one too. Schedule it, and then I'm just scheduling videos out. And if it's a 30-minute video, then I do as a premiere. So then I'm just sitting in a chat room talking to everybody in the room as the video's playing.
Yeah, because if you've got a premiere, then you've got captive audience.
Exactly right.
And to be honest with you, that's exactly why I'm looking to revive my interview videos, because those are typically an hour long.
Yep.
You know, they're an easy hour of content that I can release as a premiere.
Yep. And you can pre-record it too on YouTube. Well, you can pre-record all your interviews, or do a live like you're doing now with the person. So then you can shoot questions to them.
Sure.
About,
it sort of all depends on who the guest is.
Yep.
The way I used to do it and the way I'm going to start doing again is pre-recorded through StreamYard, record it, and then post it as a premiere. You know, you've got an hour-long premiere. You've got people that are going to show up, and whether or not they're really interested in who the guest is, you've got people in the chat that you can talk to, and you know, it's just like you've got the audience that's there.
So basically, you can do you do an hour show, right? So if you were to do, say, I don't know where the people are coming from, work out time periods, you can probably pre-record 3 people in one day. That's 3 hours of your time to 3 different shows on YouTube.
Yeah. No. No, I know. And again, that's I've already got.
Thinker, you know what I mean? That's bad about me with YouTube. I try and think in my head, how can I get a video out? What can I do to get a video out? What content? What can I do? And you just gave me 3 different things in a row that if I was you, 1 hour show, record, 1 hour show, record, 1 hour show, record. That's 3 weeks worth of videos, contents out in one day.
Sure. Yeah, and that's why I've tried to come up with this way to revive this.
I love the idea.
I think I've already got 4 people lined up that I'm going to do interviews with.
I better not hold you up. You better get interviewing.
So at this point, it's a matter of scheduling, and then doing, because the nicest thing about these interviews is that there's no editing.
There you go.
There's nothing involved. You just download that video from StreamYard. You create a thumbnail, a
but
good
you can
title.
also connect to YouTube too, and there's a YouTube thing. You look on YouTube, pre-record video. So you do a StreamYard, and then you schedule it, because it lets you schedule it as after you've done that interview. It comes down the bottom. Do you want to publish now or schedule? And you click on schedule, so it doesn't go on. It just YouTube asks you, where do you want to stick that video?
Right. Yeah. And again, that's why, like, even StreamYard now, like when I first started with StreamYard, you have the record option if you have a paid membership.
Yeah.
But it saves it on their server.
Yeah.
And then you have to download it as a file. But now you actually have the option to save it straight to your computer.
Yes. And you can set it to
yeah, so you've got the file already. So you just upload it as a video. You schedule it for, say, Thursday night or Friday night or whatever. And you're right. Like, and again, that comes back down to trying to be consistent with something. You know, if you've got a show that people know are going to come on at, 8:00 on a Thursday night every week, that's where, and it's a premiere, then people are used to being there. Even if you've got 10, 15 people watching an hour-long premiere every week, well, there's your, 15 hours of watch time just on the release, right? So, for, like you say, just basically using up an hour of your time plus a little bit of time to post it and create a thumbnail and all that.
That's easy. Yeah.
It is easy content. Again, it's just putting in the work. So,
and I believe you can do it.
Yeah. And that's where Instagram is coming in handy for me, because that's where I get a lot of my people from. I just put a post up this week. All I did is say, do you want to come on YouTube and tell your weight loss or keto journey on YouTube? And you get a lot of people saying, oh yeah, I'd like to come on there. Like the first one I'm going to have is probably the same person that I had on the very first one I did 2 years ago. So that'll be like a recap kind of thing. And then going forward. And then I know a lot more people. I know Tom has said he will come up and do an interview as well. So, and it's one of those things where I'd like to make it where, like even people like yourself, we could do an interview. It doesn't have to be about health and wellness. It could be about YouTube, could be about whatever, it could be about your channel, right? So, because people will watch, as long as it's good content, like you say.
I went to a 50th birthday. I filmed the whole lot, native animals, crocodiles, kangaroos. It's my 50th birthday party. I put it all together, stuck it up there, and everybody loved the animals. I'm like, wow. Yeah. And like, you're right. Some people go, is that a wombat? Is that a kangaroo? Is that a echidna and kookaburra? And I filmed it all, and everybody just loved the video.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how you never know what people are going to like on YouTube.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go make myself another coffee. It's empty, and I'll be looking forward for your videos, mate. I'll be making sure I'm in there, commenting, liking. Make sure everybody does the same. Make sure everybody in here likes. And make sure after he's finished, please put a comment in after he's live. So if he's missed anybody, at least he can see your comment there, and he'll come home and give you the love too.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming up with me. It's I'm definitely appreciate your wisdom on this. Like I say, I'm still learning, so anything that
happy to help anybody. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, mate. I'm always happy to help you. Because you're part of the big family. Don't forget that.
Yep. Okay. Well, we will
see you soon, mate.
See you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. So that was Jason Ghost Hunter. If anyone's interested in his channel, let me see if I can pull up a link for his channel here. I know I am subscribed. We'll pull up a link so we can drop that And get anyone over there that's interested. And that'll probably be about it for tonight. I'm not sure if anyone's still hanging around, but I do appreciate anyone that was here. Blistering Barnacles, Joy, Julie was here. I know Tom was here for a bit. Breaking Sanity, Mountain Moon Adventures. I do appreciate you coming by, and the sort of interviews that Jason and I were talking about, that invite sort of goes out to anyone who wants to sort of come on and get some exposure for your channel. I know I'm not a big channel, but I'm looking to do all sorts of different interviews on the channel. So I do have an email address on my channel if you want to get a hold of me, or if you're on Instagram. My username on Instagram is thriving_with_Jason. You can connect with me there and just send me a private message. I'll definitely get back to you then. So if that's about it, we'll talk to everyone on the next live stream, and hope to see you at the next video. Till then, keep on thriving, everyone. Have a good night.